Hi, this is Bob Kay with Biker Pros, and I'm here in Daytona 2012 with Steve Piehl. Steve is the Director of Customer Experience for Harley-Davidson, and you couldn't have much more of a customer experience than Daytona Bike Week. We have beautiful weather here. We're at the Harley Event Center. We're on Beach Street, where Harley-Davidson has relocated for a few years now. So, Steve, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on Beach Street with Harley-Davidson?
I'd love to. So we moved to Beach Street about 3 years ago, and the whole intent was to get outside and to be closer to where the bikes were and to be able to have customers coming and going and make it more feel like a party and a real experience. And so this year, especially today with the Ride-In Custom Bike Show, we've got bikes in the street's closed off, and a band playing and a big stage at the end. And so we add that to all the other great stuff we're doing here at Beach Street, which is a real focus on customization and personalization, accessorized bikes and parts and accessories and apparel, and Harley-Davidson insurance is here, and we're raising money for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. We're teaching people how to lift up a bike if it's on its side, and we're even teaching people how to run through a bike on our jumpstart, which allows a non-rider to get a real riding experience.
Well, you know, I can agree totally with what the direction Harley is taking right now. My young daughter, we're building a trike for her, and she hasn't ridden before, so we brought her to one of the IMS shows, and she entered the jumpstart ride, went through the gears, really enjoyed it. So how do you come up with these type of different concepts that seem to be so on the money for the enthusiast?
Well, it's great to hear you say that. The whole Jumpstart experience came about because what we really wanted to do was something authentic that could put a non-rider on a real motorcycle and show them that though it might be a big bike, it's not imposing and it's not hard to learn how to ride. And that whole Jumpstart experience where you can sit on the bike, and we know exactly when the smiles come. They come the first time somebody hits the starter and that engine rumbles and they can feel it underneath them. And then the second big smile comes once it's dropped in gear and the clutch is out and they can feel the rear wheel turning, and and that's when it's like elbow the person with the camera, because you know the smile's coming and you know that's a life-changing experience for many people.
You know, I had a chance to talk with Willie and Bill today, and we talked a lot about the motorcycles and the different changes in the styles over the years, but we also talked a little bit how the old motorcyclists used to be very conservative, and they almost had like uniforms, and then now how that has changed, and Harley has seemed to be really on the beat of their enthusiasts, and they understand the difference in the types of apparel as well as the types of equipment. So I know you also work with the hog chapters, and I'm sure you get a lot of feedback with them. So tell us a little bit just how you work with the hog chapters and how that helps you to develop these programs.
Sure, we're lucky to have an organization like the Harley Owners Group, which is the biggest and best organization within motorcycling, and it's nearly 1 million loyal Harley fans and riders, and they really act as a sounding board for us, and I think it pulls the company together to say there's a lot of loyal people out there, and through the Harley Owners Group we're going to deliver great programs. And part of that is through local chapters and the volunteers that help make the chapter experience and the rides better. Part of it is through the state rallies in the United States. There's 44 state rallies this year. So, and part of it is just through special things we do. Like here, we have a chance for hog members to pick up a pin, to have some special merchandise that they can have. And then tonight, a big street party that's open to the public, but hog members who have come in, gotten their wristband to get some special treatment, food and beverage and things like that. It's about getting the people together who love Harleys and celebrating that love for Harleys all together.
You know, everybody talks about motorcycling being a sport of passion and the involvement, especially in the United States. Two wheels are not a necessity, it really is a luxury. And it's really impressive how Harley-Davidson takes care to listen to their consumers, and we've seen it with the new models coming out, and I think you're allowing test rides. What kind of information do you get from the test rides like that are over at the track this year?
So we get a ton of information when we interact with customers, and the test rides are one of them. We have a fleet of almost 100 motorcycles that are out at the Speedway, and we'll give over 1,000 rides a day to customers to experience what the new Harleys are like. But one of the cool things about Harley-Davidson is the fact that when we do our show here, the demo rides at the Speedway and the hog activities, that's all staffed by Harley-Davidson employees. And those are people who work in our factories, who work in our offices, who work throughout the company, and they come out here and spend some time working directly with customers. And I would tell you, it tires you out, but everybody without exception goes back with a whole new energy for how we're going to take care of and make sure that we don't disappoint any one of our customers. And we have over 200 employees from Harley-Davidson, all of our facilities, even some around the world, that have come to Daytona this week to help interact with our customers and give those great experiences.
Well, you know, Harley isn't a one-shot deal. It's not just Daytona. We do have Laconia coming up. I know there's national hog events. We have the World Championship in Sturgis. There's just so many things going on. And we have in Milwaukee this year, we have the Milwaukee Rally, and we'll have the new AMD affiliate show, which will enhance our traditional museum show that we've had all along. So I am just truly impressed that Harley even has a director of consumer experience. And the fact that you're able to take all this information and that you care enough not only to preserve the history but to help develop the future, I think it's kudos for Harley-Davidson, and I think you're doing a great job. Is there anything you can tell us about the future or new trends that we see coming along?
Well, we're always trying to take a look at what's the best thing we could do, and so the experiences will always evolve and change. And you know, so Daytona, for example, a few years ago we were in a convention center that was kind of behind the river across from us, and we said where we really ought to be is outside where our customers are and where the bikes are. And so we've evolved this, and so we don't have the benefit of fancy carpet and, you know, and doors and air conditioning, but we have something that's even more special because we're out here near the street with our customers who can ride in, and we get a chance, and I like it because what it does is it gives us a chance to show off our motorcycles, especially the custom motorcycles, in the sun, and it gives, you know, and they're out there right in their environment. So we evolve, we change, we listen to our customers, and that's how we guide what we're going to be doing in the future.
Well, I've said it already, I think it's really fantastic. Being a longtime Harley enthusiast myself, and watching and being involved in the marketplace and the industry, you guys are on top of it. You take time, you take the care to listen to your customers, but you also react to that. So on behalf of myself and all the Harley enthusiasts, we'd like to thank you for paying attention to us, and we look forward to seeing what Harley-Davidson has in the future for us.
All right, thanks a bunch, Bob.